trinket.
Hello and welcome to Everything To Guppy, the podcast where we talk about every single item, every single enemy, every single everything in the Binding of Isaac. I'm William Hughes, and I'm joined as always by a guy who just, goes off unprotected all the time. Mm-hmm. Gary, I want people to know that, that there was a 4-second pause, and that's it between the end of the last episode and this one. So we're right back on the topic.
They don't feel as good.
It's Gary Butterfield, and he loved bareback.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And the thing about let me lay it on you. The thing about bareback and stuff is there's so many different...
An enlightened justification for unprotected sexual intercourse with strangers.
Yeah, well, strangers is overstating a little bit. There's so many different sexual verbs. Mm-hmm. Like, there's really no reason to have vaginal intercourse with a condom when you can just do oral and hand stuff instead.
I'm trying to figure out. I have to edit these today. Do I have time to make like a the more they know, the more you know, a little sound bit?
Like I literally stand by that opinion 100%. Like
our new segment,
it feels like garbage. And like, what is the point when you can just do other stuff until you get to the point where another kind of birth control? Say what?
Gary's sexual soapbox.
Yeah, I just
ASMR role play. Gary is trying to sell you on unprotected vaginal penetration.
It sells itself. It feels really good. Like I should have to sell. Like this is like selling water in the desert. You know,
Gary is the Steve Jobs of bareback.
Bareback Steve Jobs.
Oh boy.
And that makes you bareback Steve Wozniak.
That makes me you mean bareback Steve Wozniak? I'm the Woz?
Yeah.
I'm Seth Rogen.
You're the Woz.
I guess I'm the Seth Rogen of any of our partnerships.
You're certainly the Seth Rogen out of the two of us, even though I'm the Seth Rogen out of most, like me and Nick or me and Levi or something. There's a Seth Rogen continuum.
For a while there, Charlize Theron was like playing up that she really was like very into Seth Rogen and other funny guys. And I'm like, no, she just wants to do a murder on that funny man.
Yeah. Which time does all the time.
Carrie is true. Charlize is racing heart disease.
Yeah. She's literally just the patient widow. And you just take care of it. Charlize Theron and the patient widow.
Gary, we've talked a lot about a lot of Hollywood actresses this week. Are we horny or do we just have Oscar fever?
I'm not horny. I've been barebacking.
I'm not horny either.
I've never recorded horny. That is a true thing.
Okay.
In my 10 years plus all the shitty podcasts I did before I did it with Cole, never been horny while podcasting. It's a deeply sexless experience to me.
Is that because you so rarely podcast with women?
No, I podcasted with women who I had like partners before.
Okay.
And
or who I was deeply horny for and they didn't know.
No, I was deeply horny for them. But as soon as podcasting goes, like my dick basically goes away.
Uh-huh.
I talk about it, becomes intellectual. People razz me about how much I talk about sex stuff, but it's purely intellectual. It has nothing to do with like, actual hornicules.
Yeah. Gary, this is a fascinating trip into your psyche and a great tip for anyone who needs to dehorny you very fast.
Oh, yeah. Just bring out a mic. Just be like, what do you think about Dragon Quest 2? And I'm just, whoa. You can just immediately screech like a cartoon stopping.
Bring out a microphone and Bob Mackey, and Gary's dick will shrivel.
It literally it goes inside.
Ooh. That's convenient.
Yeah. I got one of those installed.
Oh. I guess that makes it less. Anything you get surgically is by default not very convenient.
It's not convenient for a while, then it becomes convenient.
Yeah.
So now that I can like deploy with a push of the button, it's basically that inflatable robot game from Rhythm Heaven.
Gary, you know what? If you're going to make a reference to a DS based rhythm game, it's got to be Elite Beat Agents.
It's got to be those wretched songs.
You got to talk about that little girl who's, if you don't do the rhythm game good enough, her dad's soul doesn't go to heaven.
That is very funny. That is probably there are two fun parts of that game. It's that and listening to September by Earth, Wind & Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we're talking about short fuse.
We are talking about short fuse.
Yeah. Which you have more of when you bareback. This is useless.
It's not useless. There's use cases.
What's the use case? You get hurt more?
Okay, Gary, before we litigate, let's explain.
Okay.
I know we spent a lot of time today talking up the merits of unprotected sexual intercourse, but let's actually do our job.
Especially for teens. Yeah. So this doesn't look like a short fuse. It looks like a blasting cap, which is bothersome to me.
Exploded. Yes.
That has exploded.
But Gary, how would you draw a short fuse?
I would draw a little tiny string.
Gary, do you not think perhaps we would be having a similar but slightly different argument then?
Yeah, but it would at least be accurate. It would be what a short fuse looked like.
That's fair. This is Everything to Guppy, the art criticism show.
Yeah. So this makes explosions happen faster. When you place a bomb, instead of taking 1.5 seconds to blow up, it takes 2/3 of a second.
Yeah, that's a significant. That's more than twice as fast.
Yep. Very fast explosions.
So fast enough that you will probably hurt yourself with the explosion unless you're being extremely careful.
Yes.
That being said, if you have a bomb build, which this game pumps out sometimes, so you get like 99 bombs and a bunch of like bomb synergies. Maybe you have whatever the item that lets you drop bombs faster is. This will make fat. Sometimes they just call it what it is, It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Simplicity. Felicity. Complicity?
Yeah. Complicity. Synchronicity. Synchronicity 2.
Synecdoche, New York.
Yeah. Scottish Lake. Synecdoche, New York. That's from Synchronicity 2 by The Police.
Okay. And then did you say Synecdoche, New York?
I did.
Why?
I don't know how to pronounce that word, and I never will.
I just said it.
Well, Synecdoche is the city, and then
I'm saying the concept Synecdoche.
Okay. Well, what's the city?
Schenectady.
Schenectady. There we go.
Synecdoche is the Charlie Kaufman movie that makes me sadder than any other movie in the history of cinema.
It's very sad. AKA Synecdoche.
Hold on. Let me do the ending of Synecdoche, New York real fast.
Yeah, sure. It's time for monologues in the middle of this explanation.
I mean, it's not going to be a monologue. It's just the last line of the movie.
Okay.
Die. That fucking movie, man.
Yeah. It's incredibly sad. I've only watched it once.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you have a bunch of bomb synergies, you can like set off a ton of bombs real fast and just like destroy everything.
When I have a bomb build in this game, I literally never have a problem that would be solved by my bombs exploding faster.
I mean, enemies move away from the bomb sometimes. It's part of why I don't do bomb combat in this game. Is like you plant the bomb and then the enemy moves, half a screen away and then no more bomb.
You put it in front of the enemy and the enemy will just walk into the bomb like an idiot.
God, you're so fucking smart, man.
Strategic mind.
You have Gary, you're the strategist. If this was Gary, real fast, if this was a Suikoden game, which star would you be?
Ooh, 69, the Raw Dog star.
Gary, 69ing and Raw Dog are two entirely different acts.
Yeah, but what kind of psychopath wears a condom while 69ing?
Me?
Seriously?
No.
Good night.
Oh, Good night. Oh, we gotta do the outro.
Stuff. Yeah. Be a good ending though. The sexual cliffhanger week on Valentine's Day is real good.
Yeah. This is not a good trinket. You could make it hypothetically work in that one scenario I laid out, but for the most part, it's just going to make you hurt yourself with bombs the first time you pick it up. You're like, oh shit, my bomb went off.
It has downside. I never recognize what it does.
Yeah.
Because it looks like other trinkets and doesn't look like what it is. I do not take. Even if I have nothing, I don't take this. Even though the other one is better, but I always get them confused. So, I mean, this not only is bad to me, but it brings down a good trinket. If you like this show, and you want to hear our sexual exploits week after week after week, go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv, give us some money, and then leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Podcast Addict that is 5 stars or more.
Or more, yeah. And not you can't just like say it's 5 stars. We need the stars. It affects algorithm shit.
And we don't understand that algorithm shit. No podcaster does. Every single fucking podcaster lies and says they know what that means. I'm here to give you a little inside knowledge. Nobody knows what that means.
Gary, it's all about SEO. I got to do some SEO for the show.
You should start. You know SEO. You got that Kinja.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, I do. 5 stars reviews like this one left on Apple Podcasts by Sbeethan. World's worst review. Because Will awarded me with the show's worst review last time I left one, I need to level that up. Jar Jar Binks.
Misa. Raw dog.